Pressure is everywhere in selling. You hear it in phrases like, act now, last chance, limited offer, decide today or miss out. And most of us have experienced it. Some of us have even used it. But here's a truth that changes how selling works. Pressure is not a strategy. Pressure is a symptom. It is a signal that something else is missing. And when you understand what pressure really represents, selling stops feeling forceful and starts feeling natural. Pressure is often mistaken for confidence, but pressure is not confidence. Pressure is urgency without clarity. It is movement without understanding. Most of the time, pressure shows up when one of three things is missing: clear value, true alignment, or internal certainty. When a seller deeply believes in the value of what they offer, pressure disappears. When a buyer clearly understands how something helps them, pressure becomes unnecessary. Pressure only appears when clarity breaks down. Think about the last time someone pressured you to buy something. You didn't need to analyze it. You felt it instantly. Your body tightened. Your thoughts became guarded. Your trust dropped. Even if the product was good, the pressure made you uncomfortable. That reaction is human. Pressure activates resistance. It triggers protection. It creates distance. And yet, many sales environments still teach pressure, as if it were a professional skill, not because it works well, but because it works fast. Let's be honest about why pressure is used. Most people don't pressure others because they want to manipulate them. They pressure because they are afraid. Afraid of missing targets. Afraid of losing income. Afraid of failing. Afraid of not being enough. Pressure is often fear, disguised as persuasion. It shows up when sellers don't trust the product fully, don't trust the process, or don't trust themselves. And that internal uncertainty leaks into the conversation. Here is a simple rule. The clearer the value, the less pressure required. If someone understands what problem you solve, why it matters, and what changes as a result, they don't need to be pushed. They decide on their own. Pressure enters when value is not clear enough to stand on its own. Imagine two sales conversations. In the first conversation, the seller talks fast. They rush through features. They introduce urgency early. They say things like, "This deal ends today," or "I just need a yes or no." The buyer feels cornered. Even if they agree, they hesitate afterward. Now, imagine a different conversation. The seller asks questions. They listen carefully. They slow the pace. They explain the solution calmly. They answer concerns honestly. They say, "Take your time," or "If this isn't right, that's okay." Ironically, this seller often closes more deals because pressure repels. Clarity attracts. Pressure is also a signal of misalignment. Sometimes the product isn't right. Sometimes the timing is wrong. Sometimes expectations don't match reality. Instead of addressing the misalignment, pressure is used to push past it. But misalignment always returns later. In refunds, in complaints, in lost trust. Pressure doesn't solve misalignment. It delays the consequences. Pressure creates short-term wins and long-term losses. It may close deals quickly, but it damages relationships. Pressure-based selling often leads to buyer's remorse, low retention, and weak referrals. Clarity-based selling creates something different: loyal customers, repeat business, organic growth. One approach extracts value, the other compounds it. Pressure is not confidence. Confidence is calm. Confidence is patient. Confidence is steady. Pressure rushes. Pressure interrupts. Pressure escalates urgency. Confidence says, "This works. Take your time." Pressure says, "I'm not sure this works. Decide now." Buyers can feel the difference immediately. Think about a great retail experience you've had. The salesperson didn't hover. They didn't rush you. They didn't push. They answered questions. They gave space. You felt respected. Now think about a bad one. The salesperson followed you. Repeated offers. created discomfort. You wanted to leave. The difference wasn't the product. It was pressure. Pressure is often fueled by ego. The need to win. The need to close. The need to prove value. When selling becomes about the seller, pressure increases. When selling becomes about the buyer's outcome, pressure disappears. Selling shifts from performance to service. Modern buyers don't want to be closed. They want to decide. Information is everywhere. Options are endless. The role of the seller has changed. Today, sellers guide. They clarify. They translate value. Pressure belongs to an older model. Pressure doesn't just harm buyers. It harms sellers too. It creates stress, burnout, ethical tension. Selling starts to feel heavy. Clarity-based selling feels different. You stop convincing. You start explaining. And confidence grows. When you feel the urge to pressure, pause. Ask yourself, have I explained the value clearly? Does this person understand the outcome? Is this truly the right fit? Am I reacting from fear or confidence? Pressure is feedback. It tells you clarity is missing. Questions reduce pressure. Instead of pushing for a decision, ask, what concerns you most? What would make this clearer? What happens if nothing changes? Questions invite reflection. Pressure creates resistance. Here is the paradox of selling. The less you push, the more people trust you. The more people trust you, the easier decisions become. Pressure tries to force outcomes. Clarity allows them. Urgency is not pressure. Urgency can be honest. Deadlines can be real. Scarcity can exist. The difference is transparency. Pressure manipulates urgency. Clarity explains it. One creates fear. The other creates understanding. Many experienced business owners learn this lesson the hard way. They say, the moment I stopped pressuring people was the moment my business stabilized. Clients became better. Sales became calmer. Revenue became more predictable, not because they sold less, but because they sold better. Every pressured interaction leaves an impression. People remember how you made them feel. Brands built on pressure struggle with trust. Brands built on clarity grow naturally. Selling is evolving. People expect honesty. They value autonomy. They demand transparency. Pressure is becoming obsolete. Clarity is becoming essential. And here is the final thought. Pressure is not proof of effectiveness. It is proof of uncertainty. Pressure is a symptom, not a sales strategy. When value is clear, pressure is unnecessary. When alignment exists, decisions are easy. When trust is present, selling feels natural. The best sellers don't push. They clarify. They don't force. They guide. And that is the future of selling.